Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Frontier Regional School, where tonight the Red Hawks welcome the Panthers from Palmer High School. Tonight is senior night here at Frontier, where we'll recognize our seniors. First, we want to recognize the visiting seniors from Palmer. Number 1, Jada Pardo. Number 3, Madison Rathbone. Number 5, Nevaeh Solis. Number 8, Ava Presbytian. Number 17, Aubrey Boucher. Number 19, Ava Swist. Number 21, Loretta Petroshevitz. And number 22, Gianna Perry. And now we'll recognize the Red Hawk seniors. Number 18, captain and starting midfielder, Josie Fosnot. Josie is joined by her mom and dad and sister Maya. Josie has been a varsity player for 5 years. She's also an indoor and outdoor track athlete. Josie plans on attending a 4-year college and grad school for physical therapy. Her favorite team memories include team dinners and trips to Tandem. Josie is proud of the team for winning a league championship for the first time since 2008. Her advice to the future team is to never take any teams for granted and remember to have fun. Josie will be remembered for her always positive attitude, her bright smile, and her dependable leadership. Congratulations, Josie. Next senior, number 11, captain and starting center back, Claire McFarland. Claire's joined by her mom, dad, and sister Fiona. Claire's been a varsity player for 4 years. She's also an indoor and outdoor track athlete. She plans on attending a 4-year college and major in mathematics. Her favorite team memory is going to the beach in Hull after the last tournament game of sophomore year. She's most proud of being able to return from an ACL injury that kept her off the field all of last season. And her advice to the future team is savor every moment of each season because time flies faster than you realize. Claire will be remembered for her strong leadership, her kind heart, and her PK goal against Mahar. Best of luck to Claire and Josie. And now for our starting lineups for tonight. For the Palmer Panthers, number 2, Lainey Haley. Number 18, Shiloh Kibbe. Number 15, Annabelle Ledoux. Number 13, Jillian Holbrook. Number 12, Michaela Torval. Number 4, Addison Petroshevitz. Number 1, Jada Pardo. Number 17, Aubrey Boucher. Number 3, Madison Rathbone. Number 21, Loretta Petroshevitz. And number 16, Aria Nopleji. Panthers are coached by Ceslo Sandoval. Now the starters for your Red Hawks. Number 18, Josie Fosnot. Number 11, Claire McFarland. Number 15, Maddie Fagan. Number 6, Addie Morey. Number 16, Addie Ely. Number 10, Skylar Steele. Number 8, Jazzy Hayes. Number 4, Peyton Root. Number 13, Carly Robinson. Number 23, Aylin Shaw. And number 24, Sadie Nichols. Red Hawks are coached by Lauren Sullivan.
Hello and welcome to Frontier Community Access Television. I'm Mason Smith here tonight with Isaac Wormgore, Max Wormgore, and Tyler Wolkowitz. It is a very cold night here in South Deerfield. Indeed. For senior night for the girls' soccer team. We're celebrating 2 seniors tonight, just 2, Josie Fosno and Claire McFarland. They are going to be taking the field tonight in their typical starting positions, and they will be facing off against the Palmer Panthers. Panthers being the visiting team. They've had a really rough year so far, Isaac, having some tough teams to go against, but also not being able to have a lot of offensive production, and not the most consistent back line as well. Their record on the season, 2-13. Their last game just 2 days ago at Hampshire, they lost 7-0, which no hard marks against them in that respect. Hampshire is one of the more formidable schools when it comes to a lot of sports, especially soccer.
Indeed, yeah. And we saw that against the boys game a week ago. They were hard, even though, 2 separate teams, it's the boys versus or the girls, but Absolutely. Still. They played amazingly.
Yeah, and that game for the boys came out as a tie. And the boys, I mean, they're one of the best in the division. And similarity between the boys team and the girls team is that back line for the Red Hawks. So prized, and honestly, it's one of their biggest points of pride in the season. It's one of the reasons why they've been able to be so consistent. This is their second to last game of the season as we are underway here on the South Deerfield track and field. They, for the first time in a while, Isaac, they've won league, and beyond that, they've won league undefeated with a nice cutback from Jazzy Hayes on the near side. Taking it up for the Red Hawks is Peyton Rupp wearing number 4 in the corner, and deflected out of bounds will be a Red Hawks throw-in.
That was a great touch by Jazzy Hayes right there. She, as you said, cut it back. That was really good. Really got the opposing team there.
And she sold that movement with the movement of her hip, Isaac. That's what they tell you all the time in basketball. When you're playing basketball, that's where the movement is coming from. So you watch the players' hips, that's where they're going to go, beyond, their head or their arms or their legs.
Yeah. And Jazzy Hayes also has experience on the basketball court as well, as we've seen last year. She did pretty good.
Especially considering her age. She's a sophomore this year. And we might mention one of the 3 captains of the Red Hawks, joined by the 2 seniors being celebrated tonight, number 11, Claire McFarland, and number 18, Josie Fosno. McFarland just made a play on the back line there, and now will be a corner kick for the Panthers, going to be taken by Loretta Petrushevitz. Petrushevitz is the leading goal scorer for the Panthers with 8 goals on the season. There's actually 2 Petrushevitzes on the team.
The sisters.
Yeah. And that's a loose ball in the box, let through over the head of a couple Panthers, and cleared out by Jazzy Hayes, past the foot of Skylar Steele, and now it's in the box, and it gets by Shaw.
What a shot!
For an opening goal for the Panthers.
Wow. Even though they've been having a tough season, who knows? It changes. It's always different per team, and as we see right now, the first few minutes against the Red Hawks, the Panthers made it in, making the score 1-0, Mason. Just like that.
And beyond that, Isaac, that was
by number 4,
a defenseman that scored.
Wow.
Addison Petrushevitz, who I have to assume is the sister, some other relation of Loretta Petrushevitz, who's the leading goal scorer. So she's not the leading goal scorer, just scored now. That's her 2nd goal on the season. And a nice ball in, too, from her to just over the hands of Aylin Shaw.
Just chipped it right over the goalkeeper's head.
And now the Hawks will try and turn things back around. This isn't a place that they're typically used to. They've only lost 2 games on the season. They're 12-2, and like we said, undefeated record in their conference. This is an independent game outside of their conference, though, Isaac. So they chose to be here against the Panthers, and the cross into Steele, fighting through traffic in the 18, and now over to Hayes, open shot, and she kicks it off the post, off the near post. She sends it wide. Huge chance blown from the Hawks. That would have been a great way to come back.
Really close, but just dinged it off the post.
And that's a huge concern for the Panthers. I mean, a person being that wide in the box should not happen. As a pass back to Shaw goes the wrong way to the Panthers. McFarland fighting for it. Loose ball in an open net as Shaw couldn't cover it up, but McFarland recovers and sends it up to her fellow senior, Josie Fosno.
It's an interesting play. You don't really see the goalkeeper come out of the net much, especially when they're pushing the box. You don't really see that often, so it's a pretty brave move to make.
Yeah. And potentially a costly move there, too.
Exactly, it's
that
risky.
Almost got away from Shaw and McFarland. As that ball will skip by Ely and be a Panthers throw-in. Short throw-in. Past the intended target, and now will be taken up by Ely. Her clear is shot down and in the corner. Nice chip shot in, and it's chested out of bounds and will be a corner.
Let's see how the Red Hawks defense changes, because without doubt they're probably gonna, take a second to think here, make sure that defense line is perfect, as
Yeah.
they don't want this to happen again. They scored a goal,
And they'll send it out to Petrashevitz again, see if they can go 2 for 2. A loose ball, top of the box. Petrashevitz comes up on top and grounds it in past her teammate, and Shaw gets there in time to cover it up. She was looking for her teammate, Holbrook, who is, this is worth mentioning as well, this is a young team, Isaac. That forward that Petrashevitz just passed to is an 8th grader, wearing
Wow.
number 13. And to her left, who has the ball right now, number 12, Michaela Torville, she's only a freshman. So their two forwards are both, there's a freshman and an 8th grader right now.
Wow.
And, I mean, I suppose that kind of comes with the territory. Palmer is a Division 5 school, which for people who don't really know, the divisions, it goes from 1 to 5 for soccer as a ball is sent in over the post, and it comes back into play after hitting off the bottom of the uprights.
Wrong sport.
That's a first, actually. I've seen it go through the uprights plenty of times, but I've never seen it hit them.
Wrong football.
Yeah. But as we were saying, the different divisions, it doesn't have to do with the caliber of the team. It has to do with the size of the school. So
Right.
you're playing against, in the state tournament, you're playing against schools that are of similar size, of similar team size, and also consequently similar funding, because that's how a lot of things work. As that ball is cleared out by the Red Hawks on the far sideline, and it will go the way of the Panthers. So, speaking to the size of their school, they're in the bottom division, the Palmer is. And so, because of that, you've got starters on your varsity squad that are in middle school still.
Right. But that doesn't mean anything, as we saw recently. They did a pretty good job, as we can see on the scoreboard.
They did do a pretty good job, and Petrashevitz is a sophomore.
Yeah.
So not even an upperclassman and a defenseman scoring in the first few minutes for the Panthers. And the Hawks can't really seem to break through the midfield, Isaac.
Right. We've only seen them a few times get past the defense. Oh, but Jazzy Hayes looks like she's locked onto the ball.
As she'll get knocked out of bounds after the ball was tipped away from her. And she was looking for the centering pass there up to Steele, but she undershot it. There wasn't enough power on it. And the last time we covered this girls' team, Isaac, I believe it was the game that was, I'm trying to remember which game that we did. Was it Holyoke? I think it was Holyoke.
It could be Holyoke.
As a ball on the far side, Fosno with it, and it's punched out from between her legs and cleared out by the Panthers. But whatever game we ended up covering, I'm really not sure which one it is that we covered, but that was something that I think we talked about a few times, or at least, actually, you might not remember because I think I covered it with Tom. I think that's what it was.
Oh.
That's why you don't remember it. All right, that's my bad.
No, I do remember a game against Holyoke, though. I was there with you guys.
Yeah. Oh, no, we were on the sideline for that. That's what it was. We were watching the Holyoke game from the
Oh,
sidelines.
right, because it's an away game.
No, I'm confusing myself
No,
again.
wait.
You covered it by yourself.
That's right.
That was the game you covered by yourself. A great spin move on the sideline from Jazzy
Wow.
Hayes. Did you see that?
Yeah, that was great.
But anyway, we're talking about ourselves too much. The point is, last time we really talked about this team as the ball goes through Rupp's legs and out of bounds.
Unfortunate.
An issue, which is very poignant right there, is connecting passes and having accurate passes.
Exactly.
That was a big issue.
Chemistry.
It was, chemistry. And I mean, you can say, all of these girls, all of these players, they're friends with each other. They like each other. It's, do they know where they're going to be on the field? And it looks like Hayes will be called offside. Close call there as the line was moving forward. But I think that's something that the Hawks will, at this point, they'll barely be getting into the States tournament. They're looking to be in a pretty solid spot for Western Mass as well. So in the tournament stage, which is just a few days away at this point, or a week or so, maybe 2 weeks, it's getting pretty close. It's coming up. Regardless, they need to start figuring out how to find those connections to really clean up their offense more than anything, and especially their midfield. That's how you make those offensive opportunities. And that was a great ball forward to Fosno. She's got a girl in the box, sends it far. Hayes, an opening, and
it's a goal! Jazzy Hayes, number 8, captain for the Red Hawks, equalizing the score, making it 1-1.
And a nice exhilarating goal too. Point blank range, drills it into the bottom corner.
Yeah.
A great strike, and a heads-up strike, too. That's exactly what happened last time Hayes had an opportunity. She pulled it far to her left that time, and she was able to bury it this second time around.
Red Hawks score, number 8, Jazzy Hayes, assisted by number 18, Josie Fosnot.
There you go. And this is what Fronton needs right now, so that, wow.
Steele with a breakthrough. Steele up the middle, and it's punched up and hits the crossbar. What a job from Boucher in goal tonight for the Panthers. A clutch save, but it would be a corner for the Red Hawks.
They were not expecting that. They caught him off guard.
That was off of the kickoff for the Panthers, too, Isaac.
Yeah.
They jumped on that right away, didn't waste any time, and Steele with a huge breakthrough. And now she's at the top of the box waiting for the corner kick to come in. Hand is up from the far side. A low ball in, and it's punched out by the Panthers.
Looks like Frontis switch has turned on. They are playing aggressively now.
And now
on offside.
That was a good call there. There's been a couple of them tonight, and I mean, so far the way that I've seen the refs been stopping the game, it's early to be fair, but they're calling the game in a way that's still keeping up the tempo of the game, which I think that's an important thing to do.
Yeah, indeed. And Steele again pushing it up, passing to Hayes. Hayes making it through the defense.
And she's in the box, but it will be cleared out. Ooh. And again, that was a little bit too far ahead for her, and she wasn't able to get there in time. And now Steele will take a long throw into the box. Hayes is there. Hayes gets by a defender.
Can she do it?
She punches it in.
And it's good.
Around a defender.
Wow.
Hayes already has 2 goals in the game.
What a goal. And this is why she's a captain, Mason.
Yeah.
And one of the star midfielders here. She is doing great. Now making the score 2-1 in favor of the Red Hawks. Really motivating the Red Hawks to keep on going and keep on pushing. Wow.
Red Hawk goal scored by
and we're just
number
12
8,
minutes
Jazzy
into the
Hayes,
game.
assisted
That's
by
even
number 10,
more like
Skylar Steele.
We've covered way more boys soccer games. I'll start by saying that, and the pace of that game in terms of the field
44.
is a lot faster, but the scores come slower.
Yeah,
that's the thing. And with girls soccer, they might make some slower passes. It's just the different way that they play the game.
Exactly.
And the way that these two different teams, like for Frontier Soccer and other girls soccer teams, they'll play just as fast as our boys soccer team. It just depends on the team. But this team this year for the Red Hawks, they take their time a little bit more. They let things build up until it works to their advantage. And then all of a sudden, you get 3 goals in the first 12 minutes of the game.
Just
unheard
like that.
of from boys soccer.
Nevertheless, watching both is very entertaining, especially for commentating as well.
Absolutely. I mean, it's been the sport that's been on the up and up for Frontier this year and in a couple years prior, especially, I might say, with the falling off of the football team. A good save there from Petrashevitz, who has the only goal tonight for the Panthers, and a nice cutback from the other Petrashevitz. That's Loretta passing up to her sister Addison. Addison closing in on the near side of the box, and it's punched out of bounds will be a throw-in for the Panthers.
And now working away to working towards the Red Hawks goal. Sorry there. Tables might turn. Let's see what happens.
We saw 2 quick strikes from the Hawks to first tie it up and now take the lead after an early goal from Palmer. And now we'll see if Palmer has an opportunity here. They have to get it into the box first. Over the head of a few defenders. Loose. Petrashevich. Oh, and a save from Shaw. Still loose. And Shaw covers it up.
What a save. Under all that stress as well. That is amazing. Wow.
A great job from the young keeper as she will send it up to the midfield circle. With the ball is Robertson. Carly Robertson forward. And a little bit too far for Skylar Steele.
And a little too powerful too. You got to balance the speed and the power of the ball when you kick it.
Absolutely. There's a lot that goes into a pass.
It's hard.
As that sneaks by a few defenders. Hayes with the ball. Now in a foot race. And it will be... I thought she was going to clear it out. But Hayes looking to win the battle here. And it will be cleared out now. Looks like she lost the sideline for a minute. That was Madison Rathbone. She's one of the seniors from... One of the few seniors, I might add, from Palmer.
Right.
Like we said, a very young team. As a matter of fact, this is an interesting thing because I've never seen this happen before. Palmer doesn't have any juniors on their team.
Oh.
So next year, will they even have a senior night? Because I've
That's
never
a
seen
good
that.
point.
I've never seen that before.
Unless someone steps up and joins.
That's true. But if you don't have any seniors on your team, what do you do?
Yeah,
There's just no
exactly.
senior night.
Junior night.
Junior.
The next.
Then they get a senior night. Then they get 2 celebrations. Some parents would complain. I know they'd find something.
Well, yeah, they'll probably find something to do. But either way, it's a tradition. You got to have a senior night.
That's true. That's true. Or just
an
some
almost
other,
senior night.
some kind of celebration, maybe. Or would you just not have it at all? And that
Right.
ball is pitched behind Nichols. As she'll get shoved down,
Ooh.
will be a free kick for the Red Hawks. Sadie Nichols on the ball, and that was Ledoux, Annabelle Ledoux, another 8th grader. I mean, every time I see that, I honestly can't believe it.
I must say as well, she is fast. She really caught up with the ball, really chasing it down.
I mean, Palmer also has a JV team, I'm pretty sure. Yes, they do have a JV team because they just played a JV game. Making that call as a coach to which middle schoolers are going to be on JV and which middle schoolers are going to be on varsity. As that ball is up to Carly Robertson. Robertson on the far side trying to cut in, and it will be punched away by Petrashevich.
He's getting cold out as well. Jeez.
Yeah, I'm just glad there's no wind here.
Yeah, that's the worst thing when it's windy and cold out. Because that wind hits you hard.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it kind of smells nice. It smells like chili. I wonder where we got that
Smells
nice
like
warm chili. Yeah, I saw some parents eating some chili.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's a ball right down there.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I wonder where they got that from.
That's perfect on a cold night.
Yeah.
So it's making my belly talk here.
But a nice full moon out tonight. I believe tonight's the harvest moon, actually. I think so.
Look at that special occasion. We have 2 senior nights and a harvest moon.
Yeah, I was just going to bring that up. And
Right.
in the gym, where the moon is, right over our gymnasium behind us, is our girls volleyball senior night happening as we speak. They're playing against Minnechaug, and I believe they're live streaming as we're filming this. And that ball in will be scooped up by Aylin Shaw. But they're playing against Minnechaug. 10 seniors they're celebrating tonight. That's the same number of seniors that were celebrated for the boys soccer team last year. And so, we won't talk about it on this stream, but you got to wonder how they're going to rebound from that next year to keep that Western Mass streak alive.
Yeah.
But that isn't a concern for the girls soccer team as much. Both of these teams, we talked about the youth on Palmer, Isaac, but Frontier has a lot of young players, only
They
2
do.
seniors.
They do.
And a fair amount of 8th graders as well. And,
And next year they're going to have 4 seniors as we have 4 juniors on the team. So a slight increase there.
and their goalie, Shaw, only a freshman as well. So, having a keeper be in the box for that many years, you have to, you'd assume that she'd be there for the next 3 years.
Exactly.
It's like just that level of experience. And again, chemistry, like you were talking about,
Yeah.
getting to know your players and just where they're going to be, how they're going to defend the ball for now 1 year.
Whoa, what
That was
a
a
move
great
there.
move.
Something you
Fake it.
don't see a lot.
And now a ball forward. Fosno racing for it. She won't get there first, but she wins the battle on the far side. Looking to pass it back, keeps it inbounds, and now finds Fagan. Fagan tries the center and free kick. He might have been signaling for a handball, which I did not catch.
I did not catch that.
Tipped off of someone's hand, evidently a hand of Palmer.
And this could be dangerous for Palmer right now, as you're seeing how fast the Red Hawks can really push an attack on a goal.
Dangerous territory for a free kick as she sends it into the box, looking for Hayes. Hayes calms it down. It's loose and
And then,
stopped.
whoa! What a goal!
Maddie
that coordination.
A great setup off the rebound. Hayes was trying to get a hat trick, but now the third goal will go to Maddie Fagan.
Number 15 making the score 3-1 in favor of the Red Hawks right here. And so I was saying, it could be...
Goal scored by number 15, Maddie Fagan, assisted by number 8, Jazzy Hayes.
And now a timeout will be taken by,
Palmer, I believe.
it's Celso Sandoval, Coach Sandoval.
Yeah.
Yes, Coach Sandoval takes the timeout here for the Panthers as they now go to a 3-1 deficit. After scoring the first goal, too, we've seen 3 straight goals from the Red Hawks in under 10 minutes as well. A remarkable showing tonight for their 2 seniors, and they're going to take a quick break on the field, Isaac. We'll take a quick break up here. You're watching Frontier Community Access Television. Hello and welcome back to Frontier Community Access Television. I'm still Mason Smith here with Isaac Wormgore, Tyler Wolkowitz, and Max Wormgore. It is 20 minutes left in the first half. 3-1 Red Hawks. The Panthers struck first with a quick goal from Addison Petrashevitz, but then 2 quick goals from Jazzy Hayes and a third from Maddie Fagan have put the Hawks on top here in their senior night. And timeout just taken by the Panthers, Isaac, looking to come back. How do you think they can perform better in these coming minutes?
I'm not sure. I think they need more...
Big shove there from Robertson, taking down Addison Petrashevitz. But as you were saying...
Yeah, I think they need to work more on passing and just being aware of their surroundings. I've seen them really rushing it, and they get close. They get really close, but it's just that timing they need and just being aware of the surroundings. Like right here, for example, number 15 didn't look like she saw a Red Hawk defender right there.
And another shove from Robertson. 2 consecutive calls against her for a little bit more contact than the ref would like. And that was on Jada Pardo this time. And now it will be a direct free kick right outside the box. And I mean, as good a chance as any. But honestly, this is a better chance than Addison Petrashevitz had the first time she scored a goal in this game in the opening minutes. Now she'll have a straight shot over the wall of Red Hawks. Will she look to pass it away or take a strike of the net? Here she comes, and she lines it. Oh, just wide.
Ooh.
Some good power behind it, though.
Yeah, and a perfect height as well. That would have, if she lined it up just a little better, that could have went right in.
I thought she was going to tuck it in the top corner there, or maybe even hit the post to deflect it down and in. But
that's some good teamwork right there, because the goalkeeper has goalkeeper gloves on, right?
Yeah.
And I know from experience, it is really hard to take your gloves off and back on again. It's just so much hassle.
Oh, a great save from Claire McFarland. That could have been dangerous as Shaw was still getting her shoes tied, and the Panthers almost got a shot on goal there as a few subs came on for Frontier and 1 for the Panthers. That's the other Petrashevitz, Loretta, and she will walk the ball out of bounds. Will be a goal kick for the Red Hawks. I believe it was McFarland who took the last goal kick, but it looks like it will be Maury this time. She takes it up to the far side, and past Ely will be Panthers' ball. And if anything has worked past for the Panthers since their timeout, Isaac, it's been their control of the ball.
Yeah.
They've had majority possession since they called the timeout.
That's true. Maybe the coach gave them some different tactics, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And if so, it looks like it's working into play.
Yeah. And now coming in is Layla Brown for the Red Hawks, giving Addie Ely a bit of a rest on the bench. Also on the bench right now from the starting lineup is Skylar Steele and Jazzy Hayes. So the Hawks shifting to more defensive formation right now. They still have Fagan out there. And Fagan, we haven't mentioned this during our streams, but last season she was nominated to the second All-Western Mass team for Class B. So a big achievement in her sophomore year. She's now a junior and is playing as a forward. You'd have to guess one of the higher goal scorers for the Red Hawks.
Yeah. And she's doing great as well from what I've been seeing as well.
Yeah, already has 1 goal on the stat sheet tonight as she sends a great ball forward to Nichols, I believe, as she'll work her way back, and that is Maggie Nichols. Robertson forward, and way offside is Faith Sobieski. 16 minutes to go in the first half. Still 3-1 Red Hawks. No score since the timeout taken by the Panthers.
So yeah, maybe the coach should give them some different advice or tactics to go into the game, because Lenny's goals and it's not good.
And trying to send the ball forward off of your own player's foot is not good. That was
easy.
That was a really rough free kick. She had anywhere in the field to send it, and she sent it right into the back of Loretta Petrashevitz, who's now working the ball forward all by herself, delivers a check to Maury at the end of the play, and now she'll get called for it on the late whistle.
It's an interesting call because I don't think it would technically be her fault. She's just trying to push forward and. It was some good control though. She really was dribbling really well with the ball.
Absolutely. The justification I think that the ref would give for it is it's early in the game. He doesn't want the players to get too physical. Yeah. And anyone here in the area that knows Palmer Sports, and there's nothing against them, they're physical kids, and it's how they play. As Fagan turns on the Jets, beats the defender to the ball.
What a goal!
Goodness.
No way! The speed and power on that was tantalizing. What a goal right there. Wow.
Fantastic job. I mean, incredible speed from Fagan and a great ball forward. That was about twice the height over Boucher into the goal.
And that's what we were saying. She's a great player, isn't she? I think that proves it right there.
And now she's had 2 back-to-back. Hayes had 2 back-to-back. Now Fagan has 2 back-to-back. Who's it going to be next?
Exactly.
Or will we see a hat trick tonight? Could we see multiple? It's already 4 goals, and we haven't even reached 10 minutes left in the first half. But now Panthers on the rebound effort here, sending it into the box is Petrashevitz, and she sends it way wide, facing her hands. And she's beating herself up, Isaac. You can tell the physicality she was showing against Brown when she was moving the ball forward. Excuse me, it wasn't Brown, it was Maury. She delivered that hit to her, and she's been physical previously.
Yeah.
She's the leading goal scorer, but she's also really, you can tell she holds herself to high standards. And there's nothing wrong with that, but if you get in your head too much, you're not going to be scoring goals at all.
Exactly. I feel like she'll be the Kylian Mbappe of the Red Hawks team here. Fast, great shot. Yeah, that was a great goal.
And a nice kill to the move from Petrashevitz up to her sister as it's punched away by Layla Brown. And now move back forward. Miscommunication on the pass, but Fosno recovers. Now back up to Fosno from Robertson. She tries the center, and it's too far for the intended target.
Oh, beautiful chip right over the midfield.
And they chip the back line, double team, and it's sent out. A great effort from, I believe that was number 3 of the Panthers, which is Madison Rathbone. And now they'll chip the back line, racing forward, but now she'll be beaten out. And out of bounds. Panthers ball is the call. That was Ashley Rivard on defense there for the Red Hawks. And Ledoux, again, we've seen her on a few chances so far tonight, Isaac.
Yeah, indeed, yeah. And this, let's see, they got a chance right here. Be a pretty good chance to.
Another throw in into the box, lost by the Red Hawks, and now back at the foot of Petrashevitz, off of the side, it looked like, of Maggie Nichols. And now Nichols will come up with the ball in a foot race against Petrashevitz, and she's got all kinds of room to work with. Back to the midfield, sends it forward and can't quite get it past the defender, but now the clear goes the other way. Fosno on the far side, and it will be taken back by the Panthers. Will they clear it this time? They'll clear it right out of bounds, and it will be Red Hawks' ball.
Maybe the seniors will get some affection today. Maybe they'll get a goal on their senior night. It's a good chance.
I was going to say, I mean, McFarland, she's playing on the back line, so a low chance from her, maybe on a set play later in the game in the second half, especially if this becomes a bigger of a lead, more than it is already for the Red Hawks. But I was going to say Fosno, but now she's on the bench taking a rest, and it actually is going to be Panthers throwing. And no, it's going to be Red Hawks throwing.
I was going to say,
There's all kinds
yeah.
of confusion on the field right now with the substitution that just happened. But now from the far side,
Nice throwing.
a little bit of pinball there. Up to the new sub, and offsides again is Maggie Nichols.
Wow, the referees are really locking on to these offside calls here. And then we're seeing the Panthers taking it up, and the Red Hawks getting into formation again.
Most of the chances we've seen from the Panthers have been from set plays so far, Isaac, which is, I mean, it's been from dead ball situations. I mean, they free kicks and they send them forward, and then they get a chance. But then in the midfield, it seems, it tends to get killed by the Red Hawks and now sent the other way, which is exactly what's happening right now. Sent out of bounds. Panthers ball is the call. And Steele will take the ball in. Ready to sub in for the Red Hawks is Jazzy Hayes.
One of tonight's stars getting 2 goals. Possibly a third one later tonight.
Yeah, we'd love to see a hat trick here. And now she will come in along with Steele and Natalie Wells, replacing the front line there.
I don't know if they do this a lot in the US, but this is a very English tradition to do in a game of soccer. So whoever scores the most goals gets to keep the match ball. I don't know if that happens here
I
a
think
lot.
so. I mean, I know that happens in some other sports. You know, you see that happening a lot in championship games, especially.
Yeah, true. Bigger tournaments. Maybe not this one, but
Yeah. But I mean, for senior night, especially if you get a goal on your senior night, that's something that you want to ask. You know, could we keep it? But
it's an achievement.
At this level, I'm not sure if they would really allow it.
Yeah.
And that's a nice pass forward. Not a great stop from Steele, but it'll be turned the other way. Again, the targeting of the passes just seems to be, the communication isn't quite there for the Red Hawks sometimes, and almost a misstep there on the back line, but McFarland asserts herself and will recover for the Red Hawks. Nichols dances in a circle and sends it forward. Can't get it through the back line, and it'll be punched back forward. Now a chance in their offensive third. Petrashevitz towards the goal, and Shaw.
Ooh. Almost losing it, but still a great catch. She had to use her face a little bit there to really stop the ball.
And a good stop regardless. Over Ledoux.
With her shoulder.
Yeah.
That's pretty risky to play because, you know, anything under the shoulder and it's a handball. And the ref called here. It's going to be a free kick.
It looks as though it'll be for the Red Hawks. So another whistle against Loretta Petrashevitz. She has, by my count, 3 whistles against her now.
She has to watch out, otherwise the ref might pull out a yellow card here.
Yeah. I mean, she's playing the ball. I haven't seen, I mean, she took that one shove at the end. That's the only time that I've seen her really go after a player. And that was, I think, more frustration about herself, which doesn't excuse it at all. But now her sister, Addison, sends it in, deflected out by Maury, and a throw-in for the Panthers. Under 10 to go. Scores 4-1. Red Hawks on top. 2 goals apiece for Hayes and Fagan. And now the Panthers on offense just outside the Red Hawks box with a throw-in going to be taken by Loretta Petrashevitz. There's the windup, sends it in. It's high, headed out by her sister, drilled through the uprights. And no, actually it was short.
Yeah.
Short of the uprights. So no field goal, but it will be a goal kick for Shaw. Or no, probably, well, maybe for Maury.
They like to switch around.
They do.
Just there's nothing wrong with that.
No. And I mean, sometimes it can just be a simple argument, and it will be a short kick this time over to McFarland, who works it to the far side. And now sends it past midfield. Deflected by the back line. Hayes, who just checked in. Ball forward and offsides again is the call. Wells upset. And understandable, they've had a lot of offside calls, but at the same time, they've been correct calls. They have.
They have been correct, yeah.
It's a tough thing to time out sometimes. You know, and pace yourself to when are they going to kick the ball and when am I going to rush forward. And a bad goal kick, or free kick, excuse me, and now Wells called again for interference, I'd assume. Has to be touched first by a Panthers player off of the free kick when it's in the back half like that. Past the lunging foot of Steele, Loretta Petrashevitz with the ball. Up to Ledoux. Ledoux towards the box. Pitches it forward. It's loose, and Shaw will let it go by. A good move from Shaw to just let it go out of bounds.
Right.
And once again, it looks more like a shot, to be honest. She got a little bit too on top of it. And I guess not a good move by Shaw. It was deflected off. That's what happened. So she didn't get on top of it. It was a defensive
She tried
play.
to stop it.
Yeah.
But just, you know.
But Shaw misread. She didn't see that it got tipped, so she let it go out of bounds, and now a corner kick for the Panthers. A ground ball stopped cold, and now Shaw will pick it up. But a lucky happening of events there.
However, it is risky, though, as a goalkeeper to dive for a ball, especially when, you know, there's not many defenders around you like we saw that before.
And down goes Hayes with no whistle. Sent forward. A whole parade of players for Palmer, and the ball gets behind Petrashevitz. She can't get the kickoff as it's lined in. Loretta at the top of the box, a body from Maury, and she's trying to fight through the line all by herself. On the far side now, sends it in, and a loose ball. Shaw drops back, still loose. Pardo through the uprights, and the play goes dead.
Lots
By
of
my
tussle.
count, 3 chances right there. That was 3 chances for the Panthers, maybe more. And, I mean, a good stand, I guess, from the Hawks back line.
Their defense is strong, and we just saw that right there. 3 chances, possibly more, as you said. Very close, very rattling indeed, but they just could not make it.
Yeah, and I mean, the Hawks are playing it safe right now, Isaac. They have no reason to really send the ball forward.
Right.
That fast and that far. As the ball is punched down by Shaw, she will get there in time, and she scoops the ball out from under the feet of, I believe that's number 25. That's Harper Brulette, who's now holding her side. It was a bit of a collision with Shaw, but she's walking it off on the far side now, limping a little bit. As we close in on the end of the first half here, still 4-1. A few chances here in the late minutes for the Panthers, but also not a lot of offensive drive from the Red Hawks.
Yeah.
They've been content to play in their defensive third, and they'll be happy to go back out and try a few more goals in the second half, but pacing themselves right now, I think, is what they're doing, Isaac.
Yeah, I would say so as well. You never know, but there's always the second half. Some things can change.
Yeah. And we'll have to hope, I mean, for both teams, for their sake, that a lot more of the passes connect for their sake, as the ball is led into the box by Jazzy Hayes, and now a defensive play being forced from Maury, and Petrashevitz goes down.
It's pretty risky, especially inside the box here.
Yeah, clean contact, though, and a good challenge from Maury, but it will be a corner kick on the near side this time.
Yeah, if the Panthers keep playing like this during the second half, they might have a chance to get some goals in.
Yeah,
because they're doing really well.
If they can contain the Red Hawks to their half of the field, as the ball is sent in, loose in front of the net. It went through everyone and now out of bounds. And Petrashevich just has her hands in the air saying, how did that happen? And I can't tell. I mean, that went through 2, maybe 3
Defenders,
and also forwards for
Yeah.
the Panthers. They were right there. They made a jump at it, but it just went by completely untouched in the box. And that ball is sent right by Petrashevich's face.
Frontier trying to change the game here, making it an offensive play now.
That will be an onside call for the Red Hawks. A collision just at the box. And what will the call be?
Panthers, I believe.
I think so.
Yeah.
But it looks like they might be setting up for a corner kick. No one's going to get the ball for the Red Hawks if it is.
Oh,
And it will be a corner kick. On the offensive push there for the Red Hawks was number 9, Callie Gifford, accompanied by Natalie Wells. And it will be Gifford taking the corner here. Under 2 minutes now. The halftime is up to the decision of the refs as the ball is sent in towards the goal, and it hits the back of the net, so it lands out of bounds. And that net moving, I mean, that gives you your heart a little jump because you can't tell for a second.
There's always that split second, isn't there, when you think this could be it. They're just going to go. But
and I mean, I've only seen one corner kick go directly into the goal, and it was a goal by it was Gus Radner who kicked it in. I believe it was in the game against Lennox, where it might have been. Whatever that goalie was because we covered that game.
we did.
It was a high-scoring game. I believe it was Lennox. As Ledoux races forward on the near side, tries the centering pass, and it goes right to Addie Morey.
Intercepted by Morey.
No, I mean, there's no forwards in the box, in the center of the box, for the Panthers as the ball grazes the face of Addison Petrashevich, and she stops to complain to the ref. But now the Hawks have an offensive push. Wells on the sideline lays down a check, still with the ball, has no one in the box to pass to, and it will go out of bounds. She goes down herself, and the call will be Panthers ball, and she's upset about it. There was a lot of physical contact on that play, from both players.
Yeah.
I'll say. So,
and that's halftime right there.
So a chance for both teams in the last seconds of the first half. 4-1 still the score. And we will be back in a few minutes with what's sure to be an exciting more 40 minutes. I mean, this could go. We could honestly, if they keep playing offense like this, Isaac, we could see a much closer game than it is right now on the scoreboard.
It could change. It could change quickly.
Very quickly. We saw that happen
for halftime?
immediately.
Yeah.
We saw that happen immediately at the start of this game in the first half. But now we'll go to halftime after Dave Blanchette confirms how much time will be allotted. And the score is 4-1, Red Hawks on their senior night. We'll be right back. You're watching Frontier Community Access Television. Hello and welcome back to Frontier Community Access Television. I'm still Mason Smith here with Isaac Wormgore and Tyler Wolkowitz and Max Wormgore. Oh man, we're out of breath. We just ran, we had 10 minutes and we ran back to the school and back here. Tyler, don't drop the camera. And the update is they haven't even started yet. We just came back from halftime. It's 4-1 Red Hawks on their senior night, and the volleyball senior night has not even started yet. So that means, you guys know what this means, we got to go watch it afterwards.
Yep.
Because unless it's going to be a 3-0 game for the Red Hawks, which very well could be, they're a good team. But unless it's that, we'll definitely be able to catch some of it after 40 minutes, give or take some. But a battle in the Red Hawks defensive end to start off this second half. It was a good end of the half offensively for the Panthers as Petrashevich tries to turn around and break through the line there, but now we'll go the other way for the Red Hawks. Get by a defender. Hayes is there, can't quite capitalize, and she's called offside.
Oh.
Just got caught on the wrong end of things there. She almost had a breakthrough. And then it was a great defensive stop. But then she was just too far ahead.
Yep.
I gotta you carry the stream for a second. I gotta catch my breath.
And now the goalkeeper here for the Panthers, kicking it up way outside the box, which is something you don't really see too much because it's pretty risky. If the Redhawks turn it around, she's right outside, and a lovely catch right there by Shaw, the Redhawks goalkeeper. Actually kicks it right towards the midfield.
I think I'm doing a little better now.
Okay.
Are those balloons? Look what he's carrying. There's a guy carrying. It looks like bubbles. I feel like I'm. I'm not in my right mind right now. It's like a runner's high or something. But
And see Nicole's going right down there.
no, that's another rough hit from Loretta Petrashewitz. Shuvitz, excuse me.
If she keeps this up, then there might be some severe
I wouldn't
punishments,
be
like yellow
surprised if
cards
she gets
coming
a
up.
card. Yeah, like you said.
I
if she
haven't
keeps this up.
seen a card come up in a girls' game before.
Not in a girls' game. I've seen a couple in the boys' games.
Yeah,
But then again, we haven't covered as many girls' games. So
exactly. That's
I don't
fair.
think we're, even though we might be one of the better judges out there, especially because we cover a lot of sports together. I don't think we're the best judge for this team in this season.
That's a fair point.
Petrashevitz takes it up and slows it down one-on-one with Maury, and she sends it forward just outside the box. And once again, disappointed in her teammates. The ball gets cleared down. She puts her hands up in despair as Steele turns on the Jets, trying to get there in time. But a good defensive play there from number 3 of the Panthers. That was Rathbone. Just boxed her out. What you do in basketball?
Yeah.
And just she couldn't get to the ball before Boucher did.
That's something you do a lot in soccer that people don't realize. It's really helpful to use your body. Like just moving your body towards someone, it really creates a challenge, as they have more,
Absolutely.
or I guess body mass, or, a larger area that completely blocks them. So
If anyone has played basketball and has been boxed out by someone, they know how hard it is to get through that person. It's really, really difficult. And especially when you've been running for this long, because there's a difference between the way that you perform in basketball and the way that you perform in soccer, because
Right.
in basketball it's a lot of sprints. And it is longevity and stamina, but most of the time there's substitutions, and there's on and off, there's pauses and there's breaks. For a lot of these midfielders, it's a near constant sprint for virtually the whole game.
yeah. And also have to keep in mind as well, a soccer pitch is quite the size larger than a basketball court.
Absolutely. And now a corner kick will be taken by the Panthers as it's brought down by Jazzy Hayes. Hayes takes it out to the far side, lines up a kick, and now it's forward to Carly Robertson. It's a 3-on-3 for the Redhawks as they pass midfield. Robertson still with the ball as she slows it down now. And now forward, a great ball forward and onside to Skylar Steele. Breakaway against the goalie, pulls the shot, and it's too far.
Just misses it right past the right post over here. Very, very close. She had a great run, though. Oh, my God.
And a great setup.
Yes.
What a ball forward. That was the best through pass I think I've seen maybe all season from this girls' team, and maybe even from the boys' team, too.
Indeed.
That was perfectly timed. The perfectly timed rush from Steele as well to break through the defensive line. They even laid off of her because they all put their hands up, or at least one of them did.
Indeed, yeah.
I believe it was Rathbone who put her hand up in the middle.
I thought Hayes just picked up the ball for a second. Just, she felt like playing football, like actual American football here. But turns out it was
I
out.
never thought you'd call American football actual football. I never thought you would get to that point.
Deep down, never. But,
Deep down,
I had to.
He's been Americanized.
Hey, man.
Your brother has, Max, who's taking pictures for us tonight. A year ago, you told me he's lost his accent.
Oh,
That's
he
what
has.
you said.
He lost his accent. He's no longer a Brit like me.
Yeah.
Way.
All right. Well, back on the football pitch, we
That's
have
a football pitch. There you go.
we have the Panthers with a throw-in. Is there a British term for a throw-in? Because it seems like that.
No,
that seems-
throw-in.
it's
That's
a
the
throw-in.
correct term.
That seems like an American phrasing, you know?
I guess so.
I don't know. It's very straight and to the point, and just like, I don't know. Not saying that. It's not a diss on the British at all. As Fagan puts together a great rush on the far side.
wow.
Nice spin move, breaking through Rathbone.
And
she
again.
works back inside. Whistle is blown, I think. But play
Nope.
continues. No, Fagan thought the whistle was blown as well. But it will be a throw-in for the Panthers. But I feel like that's just very straightforward. You know, it's
Yeah,
like
I get what you
they're
mean.
throwing the ball in from out of bounds, so it's a throw in. And I feel like there should be some other way to call it. As now a great opportunity for the Red Hawks. Hayes just sends it right towards the
Ooh.
goal. She had Fosno and Steele parallel to her, or even with her, in the box. But a good defensive play, good positioning from Rathbone to cut down that passing opportunity. It's
Indeed.
about the passing lanes,
It
man.
is. It really is. Once you cut that down, it's hard. And an offside call from the referee.
That's on Fagan again. And I mean, the onside rushes have been few and far between for the Red Hawks. That great one from Steele that just went a little bit too far to the right. But, I mean, who's to say it really would end up mattering in this game right now? It's 4-1 Red Hawks. And, I mean, all we need to see is one more goal from two special players tonight.
Great
And
charge
it'll
by
be-
Hayes.
That was beautiful. I mean, great way to calm the ball down.
Yeah.
And send it right forward directly to Carly Robertson. But as we were saying, a hat trick is in the making here for two players, and a senior night goal possible for,
Very possible.
on defense right now, Josie Fosno. And that's Peyton Rupp sending the ball out of bounds. But it will be her throw-in.
Throwing in the ball now. We can see the Red Hawks here getting into
God.
position.
Sorry. I sniffled, and a bug went up my nose and, like, down my throat. Sorry. That was graphic, everyone. But Petrashevitz in the box, and it's out of bounds.
And she
Shaw lets it
sniffles
go.
away right into the box over
Oh,
there.
God. It's the cold, man. It's cold. It's really cold.
It is.
How cold? Hold on. We're going to see how cold it is.
Pull up the temperatures.
I'm pulling it up. The weather app. It's 44 degrees. It's 44 degrees. I mean, if that doesn't give your nose, if that doesn't get your nose running, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm just susceptible.
Beautiful what
goal!
a goal!
Petrashevitz!
Wow! Right into the top bins over there, making the score 4-2 for Palmer Panthers.
And now she joins her sister, Addison.
go.
So Loretta and Addison Petrashevitz, the two lone goals for the Panthers tonight, and this
Panther
could
goal
be
scored by
the start of a comeback.
Number 21.
You never
Loretta
know. I mean,
Petrashevitz,
they've had several
assisted
offensive
by
opportunities,
number 4,
and they
Addison
finally capitalized with a
Petrashevitz.
great ball in from Petrashevitz.
The two sisters making for the two goals. Wow.
And if they're able to pull this win off, Isaac, it would be their third win of the year and a big one, considering the Red Hawks are a whole division above them and ranked fairly well, all things considered.
Exactly.
And that ball will be out of bounds. Fosno will take the throw in, looking for Steele down the near sideline, a little bit too short for it. But now Fosno between the legs of Petrashevitz, and now it's Robertson in the middle. Good touch, and it gets taken away. Pardo up the middle and sends it forward. Onside is Petrashevitz. Loretta Petrashevitz makes a nice move past Fagan.
Could this be another
3-on-1, and she loses the ball. A great
Just
show
defended.
again.
Wow.
It was, a great last-ditch defending effort. I think it was from Rupp, as now Petrashevitz grabs on to Carly Robertson, and a collision on the near side of the field with Addison Petrashevitz. It's getting to be a physical game quickly.
It is, on the
as
second half.
Loretta's emotions are getting the best of her really, really quickly, especially after she's gotten her first goal here. She's getting fired up, as Fosno will be called for an offsides. Tough break there. She thought she might have a chance to get her senior night goal there.
She was close, and she's getting closer though. I'd say doing pretty well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, now the momentum has swung Frontier's way. It's interesting, even though the lead has been cut down by 1 by the Panthers. The Hawks are coming back and playing stronger than they were before, as hitting the deck is Skylar Steele, foul called on Annabelle Ledoux.
It's going to be a free kick now for the Red Hawks. Let's see what magic they can cook up now. As the Panthers getting into their formation to attempt an interception here.
And over the head, Fagan is there, lets it go by her. Hayes trying to get to the ball, loose in the box. It's a 3-on-1, but now Fagan cuts by the defenders. Hayes hit the deck, and it will go wide to the right. A few parents wanted a call there, but it was, a great effort from Hayes to keep the ball alive for her team that long. But you're 3-on-1, there's not much you can do.
Exactly. But still a great attempt by Fagan, as she was coming up to a hat-trick, her 3rd goal of the game.
And strategically played, too. She could have gotten the ball there, but laid off of it and was there for the rebound when the 3 defenders. And a nice spin move from Hayes. Tries to center it for Steele, but it's taken away by Rathbone and sent forward past the intended target. And now calming it down and sending it forward is Ely past Robertson. And now maybe a rush on the near side for the Panthers. Racing for it is Ledoux and Petrashevitz. Fosno calms it down, sends it forward. Light touch from Robertson, and now a good ball forward. The 2 players with 2 goals already. Fagan comes up with it, slows it down. Pass over
to Hayes. What a goal! Jazzy Hayes making a hat-trick tonight, making a score 5-2 for the Red Hawks. Her 3rd goal, very impressive from your captain, who's also a midfielder.
And talk about cooperative team play, Isaac. That was a completely unselfish play. Fagan took the ball. She had every chance to take an open shot, but now she takes it in, waits a minute, slows it down, draws out the goalie, and a nice calm pass over to Hayes, and they knew they were scoring from the moment they had that breakaway.
Exactly.
And taking a moment to line up the shot downfield is Addison Petrashevitz, but it will be turned aside immediately by the Red Hawks. Ely off of the shoulder of Petrashevitz, and a Red Hawks throw it.
Also, to give credit, playing in this cold is very hard.
Yeah, Max Wormgore can tell you about that.
Yeah, he is
He
shivering.
just shook his head in pathetic dismay on the sideline. He is bundled up in just about 2 layers, and it looks like some working gloves as well. From the tech booth. Yeah, Tyler's nodding his head. And Fosno maybe has a chance on the near side here, looking for a ball forward as she gets taken down hard off the pass, and it will be a goal kick for Boucher. And no discredit to Boucher in this game. So many of the goals, it's been really because of the collapse of the back line. Steele, ball forward, loose. Hayes sends it in, and a stop from Boucher will be a corner kick. Diving save from Aubrey Boucher.
Well, great. She's been doing amazing this game here.
She has. And
really deflecting all these shots that the Red Hawks are making in.
We'll throw a statistic your way after this corner kick, because anything can happen here, especially with this team right here from the Red Hawks. One of the better seasons we've seen in a while. Well, I can't say in a while. Significantly better than last year, I'll say. It was a rough one last year for the Red Hawks. As the ball is into Fosno, they were looking for the tap in, but Boucher sends it back out. And now sent back into the box, a nice lofted ball, and will be cleared out to the middle of the field. Headed forward, Steele is offside. Should have let Fosno pick it up. They were both in the area, but we talked about a stat a second ago. Here it is. So Boucher in goal tonight, wearing the black and neon green, I suppose.
Lime.
For the Panthers. She's the senior goalkeeper. Her save percentage, according to Mass Live, which can be taken with a grain of salt, granted, is 58.7%. That's her save percentage. Well, that might not sound very good, and it isn't. However, she's saved 77 shots in the season. This is the Panthers' last game of the season, by the way. 77 shots coming into this game. She's faced 131 in one season. That, you look at that statistic and you can say to yourself, well, is she not a great keeper, or does she not have a great back line?
Exactly. It can go both ways.
The answer is the latter when you look at 131 shots in one season.
Exactly.
With the magnitude of games that we have in a regular season, and that's the amount of shots that you're facing, you should not be facing 131 shots with a back line.
And
that
steal
almost squirts through the legs of Boucher to sneak into the goal.
That was a powerful kick, too. Great save, though, I must say. Wow. Impressive.
But as we were saying, no discredit to Boucher, because how many times have we seen that breakaway rush from the Red Hawks? So many times.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just happened so much that, I mean, they're timing it up right now. And here it is again. Steele, just as we were talking about it.
Racing
Steele
up.
one, and Steele lets it get ahead of herself and gives the Panthers some time to recuperate a little bit. She tries to turn the corner back inside, but it will be taken away by the defense and sent out of bounds. A smart play from Shiloh Kibbe.
And as the ball attempts to leave the arena and just retrieved, Steele now doing the throw-in as the Panthers are setting up their formation here to not let one of these goals come in. Nice headed straight towards the middle, but intercepted by number 3.
And Fagan, I mean, this is, again, some good sportsmanship, some good team play. It is going to be a corner kick for the Red Hawks, but she could have made a play to get the ball on the sideline there and try and make a turn and make a play. She could have gotten there, and she was there, but she lets it go out of bounds, which, one, is smart, since it would be a corner kick anyway, but also, you're already up by 3. No need to add too much insult to injury, except if it's for your seniors to score a goal, and that would be a handball on the Red Hawks off the header by Jazzy Hayes. But this is where, beyond being a good team that is successful and, proud of themselves for being successful, they're proud of themselves, and it's a point of pride to have this kind of sportsmanship and to not, the last thing that this team wants is to have their opponents walk away talking about how much of a jerk all of the other players were that they were playing against. They don't want that. That's the last thing they want. And so they play like this, and, we could have seen a few more goals here if there was a little bit more hustle from some of the players. But pacing is one key, but also what we're talking about right now, some good sportsmanship and just, you're up by 3.
Yeah, you see, competition is good, but you don't want to get too ahead of yourselves, and that's when you become the jerk of the match.
Yeah,
and that's when people start hating you even more.
Yeah. Instead of just being a good, solid player that's capitalizing on their attempts. Where, if the Panthers score here in the coming minutes, I'm sure that the Red Hawks will turn the Jets back on, put themselves back up by 3 if they can. Because, you don't want to play to the point of niceness where you end up losing the game.
Exactly.
Because you felt bad for them. You can't do that.
That should never be the case in a game. No matter what game.
Yeah.
You always want to win.
Absolutely, especially at the end of the regular season.
Exactly.
You have so few games left. Every one of those games counts because it's factoring into your state rankings. Every team wants to make a run at states. As Petrashevitz winds up for a throw-in to her sister, it was a little bit too far forward, and it's lined out past Steele. Coming up is Kibbe, and now Pardo sends it forward. Intercepted by Jazzy Hayes. Hayes into the middle. Pardo pops it up. And we'll see a few headers here. But no, it's calmed down by Petrashevitz, who passes it right into the feet of the Red Hawks defender, Allium. And now a ball forward. Fagan gets there in time along the far sideline, looking for a centering pass, and it's deflected up off of the leg of Carly Robertson and cleared out. A good pass from Petrashevitz to Petrashevitz, and now forward in a bit of a gridlock there for a moment, but now sent into the box. Shaw, one hop, and she's there for the grab.
No, she's looking for someone to pass to, but it's kind of hard because you have Panthers everywhere.
You do. They're crowding the midfield right now.
Which is a safe thing to do.
Yeah, it is. I mean, like we've said, all of the offensive opportunities happen, they start in midfield. And if you can capitalize in midfield and control in midfield, then you're going to have opportunities in your offensive third.
Yeah, indeed, yeah. A nice back kick there, coming from one of the
I believe that was
Panthers.
Addison Petrashevitz, and 2 subs coming in, 1 for each team. I believe that's number 13. Yeah, because there's no number 10. I thought it was 10 for a second. Her hair was in the way. Jillian Holbrook coming in for Harper Brulette for the Panthers, and Maddie Fagan coming off of the field, and on for her is Faith Sobieski. Sobieski, one of the younger players on the team, an 8th grader, one of 3 8th graders on the Red Hawks roster.
And a free kick for the Red Hawks.
No, excuse me, there's 4. Wait, 1, 2, 3.
As
There's
Claire
5.
takes the kick.
There's 5. Oh, a great trap
Yeah.
there, and a good ball forward. Fosno racing for it. Fosno, with a brace on her left leg, taps it in, and it'll be scooped up by Boucher. She was hoping to get there in time to take it to the left side of the goal, but
It was close, but you can tell she's dedicated. She really wants to goal tonight.
yeah, she does.
Look at that, back on the ball again.
It does. It means so much to score on your senior night, and there she is. Right on the ball. She'll play it back, it looks like. But no, she moves forward. Moves past 2 defenders on the near side. Has no one to pass to directly in the middle, and it will be a Red Hawks throw-in. Going to take it to Skylar Steele, and coming in is Layla Brown for Peyton Rupp. 17:30 on the clock. 5-2 is the score in favor of the Red Hawks. Throw-in, middle of the box, loose ball, and it's tapped up, finds its way to Fosno. Fosno trying to play it back, and it will be lost to Ledoux. And now resetting is the Red Hawks. Robertson. And now back to their defenders. Senior captain McFarland on the play there. And
An offside. Oh. Yeah?
yeah, I'm not sure. Oh, no, it was offside. She was offside and then ran back onside. But at the time of the kick, she was offside. So, yes, right call there, but a little confusing. And the ball goes off of the calf. And a nice touch. Look at the spin move
Great
from
pivot.
Josie Fosno.
Wow. Impressive. That was really clean as well, and quick. She really had control of that, which is pretty hard to do.
That was a solid move to get around the defenders there. Shut down by a clear, but now will be a throw-in. Brown sends it to Steele. Steele calms it down, and now between the legs of Ledoux, Fosno triple-teamed,
Wow.
but gets back, and now Robertson anticipating the pressure, and a nice ball forward. Well-timed rush from Hayes. Hayes on the far side gets too far ahead of her, and now she'll have to fall back. But there for the Red Hawks is Robertson, who will lose the ball in the middle of the field and take down, I believe that's Pardo. Yes, Jada Pardo on the play, and she goes down, drawing the whistle from the refs.
Creating a free kick.
A quick kick taken by Rathbone. Now trying to pass it back is Petrashevitz. Sent forward. And the ball forward not quite there for Hayes. Deflected out by Adeline Allard. She's a 7th grader. She's a 7th grader. Number 24. She's playing on the far side. She's the right back right now. And she's a 7th grader on varsity. I mean, we have talked about the youth of the team a couple times now.
I've never seen that before.
Yeah.
That's a first for me.
Definitely a first. And now maybe another chance for Petrashevitz. Sends it in, and a good stop from
Beautiful
Shaw. It's still
save.
loose, and a collision in the box. And whistle is blown.
The ref's going to take a pause real quick to see what happens.
Yeah, it will be a goal kick, it looks like, for the Red Hawks as the collision
Ooh.
against Hayes from Loretta Petrashevitz. And honestly, I understand the call, but I could have also seen them letting that play out as that ball would be sent right out of bounds by Maury. But there was a loose ball, you're trying to get to it, and I mean, the physical contact was ruled unnecessary and too aggressive, and I can understand that. I could also, like I said, they're both trying to make a play on the ball, and the grappling happens and the contact happens. And now they're really cracking down. A few shoves that they didn't like from the Red Hawks, and a ball in, looking for Addison Petrashevitz, and it's sent out, stopped by Loretta. A good cut in. She's now in the corner
wow.
on the baseline. Sends it in to no one. Or actually, that was to Addison Petroshevitz, who sends it right out of bounds as Maggie Nichols will come in for Josie Fosno. Fosno, again, one of the 2 seniors celebrated tonight by the Red Hawks, just had a couple great chances on goal. Now with 14 minutes to go, we'll have time, not a lot of time left to try and get that senior night goal, but I mean, the amount of work and time that she's put into this team, Isaac, is nearly unmatched. She's done so much to bring this team to where it is and get them to win their league undefeated, as a check is delivered by Carly Robertson, and a quick kick from Loretta Petroshevitz is way too high and wide.
Indeed, yeah. It's getting more more physical, and you can see that from the Red Hawks. As honestly, the Panthers are doing pretty well in going to they're very close to getting a goal here. So the Red Hawks really don't want that to happen.
Yeah. The Hawks are playing heavy defense, and that's also one of the reasons why they took Fosno out. They want to have some more people who are focused on playing back. They can get that extra goal if they want to a little bit later. That was a good back heel from Petroshevitz.
But here the tables turn as the Red Hawks are making an advance now.
Maggie Nichols gets cut down, and a throw-in for Steele. Finds Robertson alone in the middle of the field. And the sidestep sends it forward. Onside will be the call here as Hayes gets to the ball first. Jazzy Hayes, the pass back. Robertson looking forward, sends it in, and Robertson's shot is stopped by Boucher. Not out of bounds, though, I don't think. I didn't hear a whistle.
It was a fair play. And a pretty good save by the goalkeeper here by Boucher.
Yeah, good stop. And a body on Steele. Again, just the refs don't want any kind of physical contact here. They established that earlier in the game, and now as the time is winding down in this game, Palmer especially is getting desperate, which is understandable. They're down by 3 goals, and they got to strike quick if they want to have a chance of making it a close game at the end of this. But they've been, honestly, I understand the emotions getting into your head and whatnot, but they don't need to be playing this physical, Isaac. They've been getting some great chances while playing very clean.
Yeah.
And a great ball forward. Look at that. It was a good pass, and now they have an offensive opportunity here. No checks, no plays that, could be considered dirty. They don't need to be playing like that.
Quite frankly, I think they're a pretty good team in general.
Yeah.
Making, especially to Frontier, who we know have a really strong win streak right now.
Yeah, they do have.
Not a
win streak. They actually had. Hold on, let me count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They started the season off with an 8-game win streak. Lost to Greenfield. 2 games that they won in a row. Then they lost to Southwick, and then they're coming into this game off a 2-game win streak. Looks as though they'll be extending it to 3 as the ball goes between Maggie Nichols' legs, and will be a throw-in for Kibbe on the near side up to Ledoux, Pardo, and out of bounds on the Panthers. But as we kind of said before, the strength of schedule it's a hard schedule for the Panthers. They're playing against Northampton, which is a powerhouse of a school when it comes to girls soccer. They're a great, great team. And a bunch of younger players coming on the field now for the Red Hawks. I'm going to be having to refer to my roster a good deal more as the ball is sent forward, intercepted by Maury. And Fagan is back out on the field as well for the Red Hawks. Fagan intercepts the ball from Pardo and sends it forward to the far side. Racing for it is Gifford. Callie Gifford already had an offensive push today, and it looks like she's getting another, battling with Rathbone. She loses the ball as she tries to turn the corner. That's always the spot that seems to be the difficulty for this team, and offsides by a long shot is Fagan.
Gifford she's been doing really well this season. I covered a game with her playing, and she did amazing.
Yeah,
I believe she scored some of the goals during that game. I'm not 100% sure, don't quote me on that, but she did pretty well.
And that's one of the reasons why, we can talk about the girls' volleyball team. Tyler touched me on my shoulder, and I didn't know he was there. But we can talk about the girls volleyball team losing 10 seniors.
Mm.
What are they going to do about it? We don't know. And I
Exactly.
mean, that's for another stream, obviously, once they get into Western Mass. And this actually tonight is the girls volleyball. It's their last game of the regular season before they go into Western Mass. This girls soccer team has one more game at Amherst. I believe this weekend or maybe next week, as that's a good ball in, taken away by Maury, who wanted to go in an offensive rush there, but now she'll lay off as Robertson sends it forward to Gifford on the far side. Callie Gifford, a nice ball forward. Fagan turns on the Jets.
Racing
Maddie Fagan
for it.
gets there first, and it's a loose ball, but will be scooped up. Not scooped up, chipped forward
up.
by Boucher, and Fagan will get there again. I don't know what that play was from Boucher,
Yeah.
but now the Hawks have another chance immediately. She had no reason to not pick up the ball, Isaac.
Right. That was an interesting play. It's dangerous as well. It's risky. We saw Fagan. She got right back on the ball.
And Robertson breaks away off of a bad header and sends it a little too far. Higher than the crossbar, but not high enough to go through the uprights. And that, again, just why not? You got a few younger players on the field right now. Give them a chance to score in a varsity game. These are
Exactly.
players that, again, we're losing 2 seniors. They'll be playing next year, these younger players, and why not give them some time and some
They need the
chances?
experience.
Fagan and Rathbone collide, and Fagan limping off of that. Always tough when you meet a player on the ball like that. And that was a bad read right there from the Panthers. Maggie Nichols dancing on the sideline throwing for the Red Hawks. And look at the effort from the 7th grader, Maggie Nichols.
Yeah.
Or no, excuse me, 8th grader. I won't disrespect her like that. Now Nichols, centering pass and back to Robertson, forward. Fagan thought she was offsides for a minute, but recovers, and now Gifford wants to play it back, but taken away, and now with Petrushevitz. Petrushevitz trying to get it up to midfield, but is slowed down by Gifford. She got a foot in there, and now Loretta will have to turn on the Jets to escape from Callie Gifford, or not Callie Gifford, Carly Robertson, who boots it downfield, was looking for Fagan, and now Gifford on the far side.
Great plays going on over here. Really entertaining and fast as well. Very fast paced. It's very hard to do this in a game of soccer. People
And
think,
a great cutback. Look at that from Allium in midfield.
Very impressive
And
the skills here.
very much offsides is Natalie Wells. And part of this, I think we can talk about the offsides for a moment, Isaac. To me, one of the big things of anticipating an offsides call for the offense when you're the one that's about to be called is just that peripheral vision, being aware of your surroundings and having a good read of the field.
That's why when you watch professional games, you always see whenever people are running towards the defenders, they always look around to make sure. They're always looking. It's very important because if you have what we call tunnel vision, just looking straight, it's good to see that you're going straight for the target, straight for the goal, but at the end of the day, you need to look around because you never know, you could run offside.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, that seems to be something that the Red Hawks would need to work on going into Western Mass and States. But standing on the sideline ready to check in is Josie Fosno as we close in to 5 minutes left in the game, evidently trying to get that senior night goal. Plenty of the starters on the sideline in some jackets, all bundled up, trying to stay warm in this 40-something degree weather.
And the wind is kicking in.
I was going to say, there's a breeze now. And I'm moving around a lot, trying to stay warm. And Robertson moving herself forward. A nice ball in. Natalie Wells cuts back. And now Nichols gets the ball chipped away from her, but she recovers quickly. Nichols plays it back. And now forward to Robertson. A chance for the Red Hawks here from Natalie Wells. And down goes Rathbone. And a shove after the play. Rathbone has a few words to say.
She was not happy about that.
Yeah,
it's getting very tense.
It is getting
5
very
minutes on the
tense.
clock. Who knows what can happen?
Rathbone sends it up the line to Petrushevitz. And the ball forward to Addison Petrushevitz, looking for someone in the box and scooped up in time by Shaw. Under 5 to go. It will be up to the refs to blow the full-time whistle. And now Steele has joined Fosno on the sideline to check in. And they will check in now. Nichols taking a break at the end of the game, and Wells, especially good call, especially after that collision and heightened tension on the field. And she'll get a few words from the coach, Lauren Sullivan, of the Red Hawks. Just, don't get in your head. Yeah, calm yourself down. It's all right. We have a good enough lead here. There's no need to be doing all of that.
Because you can risk it for the biscuit, You're going to get that yellow card if you keep on shoving, keep on pushing, and that's when you're in trouble.
Yeah.
That stays on your record, and then,
Exactly. It's the kind of thing that will go permanently on your record. Yeah.
Haven't seen any red cards being played yet, which is, I guess, a good thing.
Just any at all. I haven't seen any boys or girls. I've seen a few yellow cards in boys, but never red, as the ball is popped out on the far side, and Gifford lost control of it out of bounds, and now Petrushevitz sets up a shot, and it is wide to the right again. She's taken a lot of shots, long-range shots, by herself, and I gotta say, she's been good offensively. She's scored one of the 2 goals for the Panthers so far. It's not a smart play, and it's beyond that, it's a selfish play.
However, at the end of the day, you got to imagine as well, it's very hard to get through the Red Hawk defenses. So
it's a last-ditch effort.
Exactly, it's
a good point.
Trying to get it in, trying to make something happen.
Yeah.
She has a good kick, she's not far off.
She certainly does.
She's kind of close, but it's just risky to do.
Yeah, she's got 9 goals on the season now by the count of Mass Live. As she sends it in again, a bit of a curve to it.
Beautiful curve, wow.
Nice, we had a great angle of it that time.
Yeah.
And that had some good X factor to it.
Exactly. That was really good. Very impressive.
Looked like a good slider.
Curving the ball is very hard to do, especially in soccer. Whilst you're running as well like that, a nice little curve, you got to move your foot in a certain way.
Yeah, put the spin on the ball.
Exactly. Which is pretty hard to do. Very impressive.
Yeah, definitely.
However,
she is.
So go ahead.
She is their most talented striker by all statistics. So, and down goes a forward for the Panthers. Ball in from Petrushevitz to Addison Petrushevitz, and now a loose ball in the box, cleared out. A good play from the back line, and I believe that was Maury on the play for the Red Hawks.
And time is ticking now. Let's see what the time's going to be. The referee is, watching their watches to see how long there's really left. This is very tense. This is the most tense moment of the match here, Mason, I would say.
It's because, it definitely can be, when it's a close game, and a really close game at that, it can mean so much for everything, because it is up to the refs. You have no way of knowing. You can say, I think we got enough time, but there's no way they have enough time. But you never really know until that whistle is blown. As Robertson sends it forward, she saw Gifford on the far side, and she gets there. Callie Gifford in the box now, and the pass forward. She was looking for Fagan, who had a good rush ready against the back line of the Panthers for a last-minute goal. As I guess Blanchette dropped the mic there.
And the seniors, this is them really trying to get that, last effort in, trying to get that goal on their senior night. Talking about seniors getting their goal, this could be it.
Josie Fosno cuts back, and now will play it back. Brown on the ball, Layla Brown, and it will be kicked out of bounds, throw in, and
the whistle was in the mouth, and that's game.
That will be it.
Final score here from the Frontier Regional
Hawks
School on
give their
senior
seniors
night.
a senior night win, 5-2. And
2.
Jazzy Hayes jumps into the arms of Claire McFarland. A beautiful sight here in the dark night sky of South Deerfield as the
balloon bubbles
come out on the track. I guess those are for the 2 seniors. That makes a lot of sense now.
That
and
does.
They're going to they
light up. Oh my lord.
Oh my god.
Get a shot of that. Oh.
That might be the coolest thing I've seen all night. Wow.
Despite this,
actually, you know what? I revoked that.
Yeah, we've seen some amazing places match. However, these balloons are pretty cool. Not as cool, pretty cool.
They're very cool. Maybe, actually, you know what? Coolest balloons I've seen.
Yeah, there you go.
Coolest balloons that
Coolest
I've ever seen, I
balloons.
think. And a lot of hugs on the sideline for the Red Hawks, from the seniors to the younger players. A lot of bonds formed in this season. A great season for this girls team. Once again, taking the league title undefeated. A fantastic year they have had, and they still have one game left against Amherst Regional, as we said, but also giving credit where credit's due. Lauren Sullivan, this is her first year coaching this girls team. She
doing
came
great.
in after, I believe it was Anthony Rupp who was coaching them last year, but it's her first year, and to have this feat in the books for her is huge. A great accomplishment for this team and for this first-time coach for the Red Hawks. So the final score here on a cold, brisk senior night is 5-2 in favor of the home team, the Frontier Red Hawks. Seniors Josie Fosno and Claire McFarland will help out with this victory, and the Hawks will jump to 13-2. They will have one more game, and we will see you guys in East Hampton tomorrow, if everything works out for us.
There
Football
you go.
tomorrow night. We hope you all enjoy the volleyball stream that's happening as well.
Exactly,
So
yeah, go check
we're
that
gonna go inside and get warm
Oh,
out of
yes.
this cold. So I've been Mason Smith, here with Isaac Wormgore, Tyler Wolkowitz, and Max Wormgore. 5-2, Hawks on top. Thank you all so much for tuning in tonight. We hope you had a wonderful time. We certainly did. You've been watching Frontier Community Access Television.
Have a good night.